Introduce Sinaquala. Difficult to work with wise. And that's a little bit of an inside joke because the Parks Board said that they could tell that me and Sinaquala and the Vines team would be difficult to work with.
And we take that as a compliment, absolutely.
Of the highest order, it's pretty much a hand raise. You know, like, oh, wow, like, Haichka.
I take your hand raise and I now ask you to move it up to a handshake, which is, if you know our Coast Salish traditions, it's a little bit further than just raising your hand.
You gotta put, you gotta,
doing the work.
you know, you gotta have a certain piece of paper in that handshake. Yeah. Okay.
Not to be remembered, not to be named, not to be taken credit for. That's right. Hot squile, eoch tenoya, chenqua mantomia, quisnatlax atati, seats, yuan hatlin squalowin, quinze quachnomiap, atati, chitwa atati, nata humathquium, a schotmish, a teslelwit ath tameoch, a shquen, a testak, a chenquin man tomiap, a chenquin man tuchnam, eoch tesok quainoch, a tesak tak, a eoch ta, eoch ta hie on wanauk squalawins. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. I wanted to give thanks a little bit as I've been learning more to share more about my language. I really want to go further than just as a simple land acknowledgement, but how are we actually holding space in public settings such as here in a park? And how do we go further than just living, working, and playing in Coast Salish territory, but how do we actually create that area to give space to Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh members, to our youth, to our elders? How are we actually actively doing things like planting ecosystems that provide for our animals and for our forests, the tsaktak. So a little bit further than just saying who's the nations that we're grateful to be on, how are we actively supporting that ecosystem that is really rich, and it's a very strong connection to our connection with the land. So everything within our language is relating to the land, and it relates back to a lot of our practices and our teachings. A Sinaquala Quiansna, Tenachantlas Lahan Ohomeo, a Kaltsia Thlan Settle, Toitsna Thlan Chisha, a Lily a Kamea Thlan Munman, a Justin Tenkotams. So a little bit as well how I share my roots and my relationship to the land is through my khankhan, my family tree. And so often when we introduce ourselves in any work that we're doing, it's very important that we share where we come from, our families. A lot of people might want to know who's your parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, your relatives, and that really grounds you in where you come from. And so I started with my grandmother is Barbara Kultsia Weiss, and my mom here, I kidnapped her from from her day, and so we're lucky to have our 3 generations here. And so my mom Toitstanot, and so my 2 daughters, Lily and Kamea. And so through myself being able to speak my language is a very, very huge deal, because when the age that these 2 are at 5 and 9, from my grandmother, that's when she was taken into residential school, and she hasn't fluently spoken since then. So for me to have these 2 berry picking or playing with using Squamish language words, it's a huge step in our roots of, even though we're home in our traditional territory, it's those roots of going backwards in time to where we should have already been without losing all those years through colonization and different forms of oppression through our cultural work. So I wanted to start us off with a song. We sometimes call it Hope Hope Che, or the warrior song. And so some of our chiefs went to England, and this song was to declare that we will never give up our relationship to being on our landscapes here. And so I also, besides the song, I wanted to share a quote with you that it's really informed my practice and my work and my relationship and my worldview to being on the land. And the quote, I have a kind of a carving, and it's from Ayala Sata, or Elder Vanessa Campbell. And it's how kat se tatameo manhoi quis an seoch netas tuchnam to qui manmanchit. And it's translating to that we do not have property, we do not own the land. You cannot own land. Simply, we're all here to be caretakers of the land for the children and for the future generations. And so that really has to take a step back. And if we're thinking about how are we practicing what we're doing on a daily basis, to think about how does my daily actions and my choices and my impacts on my ecosystem, how is that going to impact 2 generations or 5 or 10 or 20 generations from now? How can we still be able to gather here in an outdoor space with clean air, with having resources of our connection to gathering berries, to not having clear-cut areas? So I wanted to share that that's a very meaningful quote to me, and it really informs how we see the worldview of how do we hold space and how do we make change, and how do we support the future generations rather than just thinking in the short term. So, Chenquin Mantomiat, thank you all for being here. And this song, a lot of the Squamish chiefs traveled to England to share these beautiful parts of our song, and it's to show our strength and our love and our connection for our land and for our ecosystem. So, thank you all. Chikwamantomia, Hoi Chayapa, thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Sanakwala. Sanakwala is one of my favorite people and also quite the meme maker. So Chimigwich, Anin Vuju Nikijnaga J. Simpson, who I guess I should also take on the name of Jay Hard to Work with Simpson, with Sanakwala. That's our shared middle name. Quite the Indigenous troublemaker. So today is Resilient Roots, which originally started and premiered at Vines Art Festival 5 years ago. And we are in our 7th year of a festival, which we have titled, it's a big deal, which we have titled our feast year. One, because we've spent so much time indoors and away from community and kinship, but because we can share the gift of our art. And to me, sharing our art and our gifts is the ultimate riches. And it's such an honor to see so many generations of Indigenous folks here, from grandparents to grandbabies. And it just means so much to me as an Indigenous performer and activist. First and foremost, I am the MC, so I'm going to get into some of the little housekeeping things as we do. Accessibility. We have color communication tags, which are meant to communicate comfort level with interaction. You're invited to take a tag. A green one means anyone can talk to you. A yellow one means friends can chat with me, and red one please means please give me some space. You can pick these up at the info booth. I don't have a tag on right now because I'm the MC, but feel free to come talk to me between or after the show tonight. It's going to be so full of some very magical performances. Social media. We have social media because we are a mix of millennials and Gen Zs, if I'm correct. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know what those all mean though, so I'm just gonna nod and be like, okay, that's fair. We have all the way from 30 something to 17 on our team, so we're really blessed with all kinds of jokes and interactions. Our social media is at Vines Festival and also hashtag Vines 2021. So please feel free to take any photos, share those on social media. And it also uplifts all of our artists that take this stage today. I would like to thank all of our individual donors that have supported us over the years. If you are able to, we appreciate donations, but you don't have to feel like you have to. The festival is completely free, and we rely on donations to keep going. You can receive a charitable tax receipt, and donations will go directly to our Artists Care Fund, which provides funding for artists in need of emergency support, healing, or supplies for their creative craft. And thank you to our larger funders. Vancouver Foundation, Canadian Heritage, Canada Council of the Arts, BC Arts Council and Gaming, City of Vancouver, Vancouver Parks Board. I rolled my eyes there. Hamber Foundation, Leon and Corner Foundation, Downtown Eastside Small Grants, and the Dumb Instrument Dance. Thank you to our media sponsor, Create a Stir, and thank you to our production sponsor, Valley Tech. They have set us up, and they are honestly so fantastic. It's been a many-year relationship, and they're always just banger. I was gonna use. Okay, I've been watching too much Dairy Girls, and those wee little Irish girls, they really got it going. Those wee weigh-ins. Okay, sorry. Our first artist today is Terreane Derrick. Terreane Derrick came into the arts both by accident and design. At an early age, Terreane's first foray into performing arts was puppetry. Terreane's interest in the arts expanded first into drawing and painting, then into video production. In addition, Terreane is an accomplished MC, public speaker, facilitator, and has sat on government boards as a special needs disability advisor. Terreane appreciates the medicine of art and in its entirety is currently focused on personal governance. Please give a warm welcome to Terreane.
I could. Or do you want to stand? Stands good too. I'll just sit here, yeah. Okay, you guys do what you need. Thank you. Hello, everyone. And my name is Terreane Derrick. And I'm from the Gitxsan Nation. And I am responsible for making the art that has the cyanotype, which is the blue stuff in the background, and also the hide over here. And the story behind the piece is that we have a universal connection to each other and that we need to honor all generations. So there's 7 wooden hummingbirds on the hide that represent 7 generations of health, wellness, and just general overall well-being and connection to each other. And then the hummingbirds around it also demonstrate my style of painting. But hummingbirds bring health and wellness and healing to nations. So that is my hope, that we maintain a universal connection with each other, regardless of where we're from and who we are. And I hope that it represents what I hoped it would. So, and also I'm here to just acknowledge people who have passed away recently. or people are missing people past, present, near, and far. And I'm just doing an acknowledgement and a nod. And that's my prayer, that people continually to live well and be respectful to all concerned. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terreane. Terreane's also quite the jokester. So if you want a really nice laugh and some gorgeous communication and just some fun times, come see Terreane. See the shirt? Fantastic. Terreane is quite the cheeky person. I've loved our interactions, and Terreane will probably be taking over my job at one of these points, which I'm okay with. Like I'm totally cool with that. Spread the joy. Up next, we're going to have an artist, Hazel Point, talk about their gorgeous installation over here and the story that brought it about. So, Hazel, did you want to come up and share? So we have that microphone right there. Dave, round of applause for Dave. Oh, and we also, this whole event is, the energy produced is solar panel. So it is renewable. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal. You know, there's a lot of technology. Okay, round of applause for Hazel Point.
I was really nervous, like anxious about like making something for this. This is the first time I've made something for an art festival. But like I like carried that thing on the bus. Like the board part, I originally grabbed it because I thought that it could hold the clouds, but there's no way for the clouds to stand on that. So then I started talking to my mom again this year, and then she told me that that she knew that this umbrella stand was at the dump. So we went and got it. She was really anxious about that because she knows that there's a lady that lives across the street from the dump that watches the dump. And like she didn't want her to see us go to the dump to take something. So I started sewing the clouds onto the umbrella stand, and like I was trying to like sculpt a dream I had when I was 17. Um, so like I had this dream that I was crying and like my tears started turning me into a puddle, and I wanted to turn that into a sculpture. It didn't turn out how I thought it would. The hands kept breaking, and then I put flowers in her hands instead because I accidentally left one of her hands in my mom's truck. I accidentally put diesel in it yesterday. It's gas. Yeah, yesterday was a day. I was trying to get that to Heather yesterday. I fell asleep beside it. When I woke up, like the girl, she creeped me out. It felt like there was someone in my bed. I like woke up and I was like, oh my god. And then I remembered that, yeah, I made her hair orange for Orange Shirt Day, and I put heart stickers on as earrings. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you so much, Hazel. It's a fantastic piece. So please take some time when you can this evening to peruse through the installations. We have had such an honor to have such gorgeous installations throughout the festival. So let's get to some of our performances. Justin Percival is of Nishka descent in the Frog Clan. His Nishka name translates to fearless. Justin was born in Vancouver but grew up in the new, I don't know how to say that, Ianch. Justin is a spoken word hip hop artist, and most of Justin's inspiration to write is his family and connection to culture. Please give a warm welcome to Justin Percival.
My pineal gland expands when I'm between the living and dead. Here is euphoria and numbness in its absolute. Everything affects you like a cloud shrouding you, yet there's light inside if you just close your eyes. Within is the universe you control, the gateway to truth. And among all the lies that people pick and choose, always remain you. Even though we wear masks, each expression gives clues. Because by nature, we are like turtles getting scared. All you could do is hide. We can't run from our fears, but we can understand them. And from that, we evolve. And even though we don't fly out of cocoons when we are reborn, at least one expression is new. And that may brighten someone's day, but it's no use if you push that gift away. That gift is only earned by living in the present. Wisdom is earned. That's an important lesson. The teachings of life won't prepare you for death's test, and so we must stop anticipating. There may be no tomorrow. Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Percival. I come from the Nisga'a Nation. My Nisga'a name is Achich Bitzach, which translates to fearless. I come from the Ganada tribe on my mom's side, and my dad is from the Eagle clan from the Nisga'a Nation. I come from this small town called New Ayanch, BC, and I just want to acknowledge the land we're on, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. I don't come from here, but I consider this place my home. I moved here when I was 11, and I could say that I've made many friends and consider most of my friends family here. And this is where I want to be the rest of my life. And I just wanted to thank the people of this land that I can make my home here. My next piece I would like to share is called Downtown East Side. I got asked from the organization Urban Native Youth Association to write a youth's point of view on the downtown east side, and I had to do this within a week. So within that week, I just wandered downtown and wrote what I saw, wrote what I felt. Welcome to the downtown east side, the place where treaties die, Trans Mountain makes seasons die. Where's that powder? Oh, sorry. Where's that snow? That powder hides. There's always 2 point of views, but y'all can't be even-eyed. The place where eagles glow, you can see the pride. Heroes die when you shoot them down, no more eagles fly. Now they're left on the streets homeless. I swear we've lost the vision of where hope is. Coping is all I see on the streets. You can't say our paths are chosen. We're choking on all our lies and going insta boasting. Posting pictures of the cauldron, now I'm hopeless. I want to change, I know I'm not the only one for this. I mean, yes, we became a little more diverse, became a little calm, getting insight first. But it's clear, you can't hide hurt. When is enough enough? We've been down lately and I'm waiting till we're going up. And when we're left alone, it's like we're stuck in quicksand, waiting for the Vancouver sun. This part is part 2. My busking cousin couldn't even remember my name. We aren't family. Get out of my way. Yeah, so much for movements ending the pain. We need action, but our voices just don't have a say. How come the poor can never feel safe? There's always an expectation no one can make. Things just aren't the same. I wish I could go backwards down memory lane. So much stories heard, so much stories never heard, but yet we have the power to listen. One set of years could change my decision. The boy who cries wolf only hears, "You've got to be kidding." So much names lost in the system. We only repeat ourselves because the message isn't sticking. So why do we wait until it's too late? Tell me how a death from an overdose is called fate. Just a simple hi as we cross paths can change my day. Hi there, how are you? Are you okay? Some of us just want to be left alone. But let's face it, life is hard, and we can't do it all on our own. I've been there. A loss of opportunities the city can offer me, forcing me into poverty. Anyone want an escape. Sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is give us space. Check up on me, or I might be another missing name. This next piece I would like to share is called Addict. Desire and passion is what makes me an addict. My emotions and pain is what keeps me going, but also makes me the saddest. I'm always looking for my next fix. I have responsibilities to do, but I guess I'll put it on my next list. My addictions will only take me over if I let it, but I'm an addict. It's way beyond letting it. I lie to myself because I know I'm dependent, and lies is what makes me a devil's descendant. He chokes me so I can't tell my truth, so I guess his hand acts as my pendant. And for the record, I put myself here. I'm the one searching and making my head unclear. I act tough, but trust me, I'm full of fear. I'm fully responsible for my path because I'm the one who steered. I could see the lighthouse, but my boat is broken. And my hands and feet are dirty, more like soaking. I rode the waves too long and now I'm gonna sink. But this is the path I have chosen. I know I'm gonna drown with the next wind that blows in. This next piece, I named it Skid Kid. There was once this kid who grew up in the skids, only knew how to throw up his fist. Here, there's no such thing as peace. At least that's what he thought. Every day he saw somebody shot right up on the block. You see, ages change, but a sword turned into a Glock. For him, it was life or death, not for showing off. He didn't need no chick anyways. He was better off alone. This is survival of the fittest, always wearing a hoodie hidden. Didn't realize his dreams could be a vision to a better place, but always turned them away. All he knew was pain and was in his veins. Wanted things to be different, but they were the same. Only had himself to blame, not for making a change. Every day he took what he want, while his demons just haunt. Awake or asleep, they knew the spot, right into his thoughts. Now look at what it brought. The present's a gift, but he wouldn't dare look into that box. You think he could handle what he saw? It was the light he lost. All he knew was dark past. Now look at what it cost. His soul. This next piece I would like to share is a tribute to Zacchaeus Jackson's piece, Legion. I've never met Zacchaeus, but he has impacted me so much. He passed away in 2014. When I started performing in 2019, one of my first performances was the Talking Stick Festival. And before I even gone to Anya, Zacchaeus Jackson got the youth at Anya a showcase at Talking Stick Festival every year. And without what he's done for the youth, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be performing. I wouldn't be writing. So this is for him. I see that midnight is them and noon is me, but now great minds light ruin the moon in my lucid dreams. All this pollution hiding everything true to me. I'd swing through the vines to get through the mess while the CEOs say, let's cut down these useless trees to make rooftop gardens made from your fruits of labor, but no fruits for free. It's a new time, a new depth of fear. I'm scared of my language dying out, while you're scared of not having a nice pension. This is why I'm stressing. Once I gather all my sticks and leaves, you tear down where my nest is. Talk about not having a home on my old lands, but hey, at least you'll give me a hand when I've got nothing left on the streets and on my knees and can barely stand. Your fingertips come in the form of welfare, and your palm is just a slap in the face. We're all rats that just have to get back in the race, while the man upstairs looks down on us while we're trapped in the maze. There's no way out, so I have to imagine a way. You can chain me down and close all my open doors, but you can't take away my connection to the stars, tethered from a bloodline that's lived millenniums. Go ahead and light up the night, but you'll never drain this light from me. All these shining lights are pretty, but my inner light shines for free, lighting my path, not just a sight to see. This light comes in forms that could forge a sword or give life and start a war. This life-giving flame is all I see, but you turn it into a weapon for your everyday progression. So if here's the place and now's the time, you run your race while I fast and pray for mine and hunger for the day I can release the images of my people, proud and free from the collective walls of imagination. But right now, North America's just a fucked up fancy restaurant. I'm looking forward to the day when I can't get a reservation. My next piece I would like to share is called Indian Dad. But ironically, this actually goes out to my mom for being there for me since like day one. Like, single mother raising 3. Sorry. She is the reason I'm strong. She is the reason I'm resilient. She is the reason I'm connected to my culture the way I am. Without her, I would be probably on the streets or dead. Dear Dad, who you really were, I had nothing but clues. My mind pondered, so I stepped in your shoes. Acted like your character from the stories Mom gave me. I couldn't sort out the lies from the truth. I put up so much walls and now my mind's caving. For me, this is nothing new. My eyes are stuck in the sky and I've lost the blue. Gray days and I'm blaming it on you. It feels like the puff of the smoke is the only thing getting me through. But guess who I learned that from? When Mom left you, I heard that stung. She was just trying to get me away from the abuse. I wish time was frozen, but it just flew. I've buried memories of you during the holidays in my heart, if that's any use. I've inherited your gifts. There's no such thing as the Morven curse. I'm not scared of your shit. Mom picked up your pieces. It's not fair for you to quit. I needed you there. These are just my thoughts as I stare into the abyss. Seeing a shooting star, let's make a wish. I could only hide in your shadow and follow your tracks. I love you because that led me to this. I wanted to see you, but it's only memories that I miss. The next piece I would like to share is called Reconciliation. And my inspiration for that is my 2 grandparents right there. When I wrote this piece, I had just broken my ankle from skateboarding, and I had nothing else to do but write. And when I was sitting in my room, my grandpa asked me if I wanted to go see the movie Indian Horse with him, with my other cousin. And for those that you don't know, Indian Horse is a movie about residential schools by a book by the author Richard Wagamis. And when I was sitting in that movie with my grandpa, I could feel what he was going through and feel what everyone else in there was going through. And they're my biggest inspiration to write, to keep going with my life. So yeah. There's something we've all learned from suffering. From our chiefs to the man Martin Luther King. They try to take our voices and traditions so we can't sing. Then they phone for help, I ignore the ring. This is the power of British Parliament. They take our land, expect some rent. But they can't break our spirits, can't make a dent. We are their kryptonite and their Clark Kent. Kill the Indian within. Intergenerational residential school survivors. Their teachings just made us stronger warriors. They beat us to the dawn of day, and now we can identify abuse from a mile away. They still mad they can't have a say. They think it's a game, but we don't play. After everything, I still hear my ancestors' drumbeat, and I'll continue expressing myself through my feet. They think it'll be all okay with a fake apology and a check saying, here's your blood money. Well, I think it's all bullshit if you ask me. Especially the fact that cut down the trees and moved our communities in the middle of nowhere. But who's to say that they even cared, even after all that we have shared? I can't believe that they even dared. Well, guess what, John and McDonald? I still smudge with my feather, still wear my traditional leather, still dance under any weather. Because of you, I'll overcome any pressure. We overcame genocide, all with pride, nothing no government can hide. Go ahead, tell them it's all a lie. My heart goes out to all the lost children, especially the ones who lost the rhythm, the ones afraid to speak. I pray from the mountain peaks them all in peace after all your holy deeds. We are decolonized, no take-home prize. After all your governmental lies, killer spirits, go ahead and try. You made my people cry, but in my eyes, your spirit is the one who dies. Remember, we have a choice. Pass on abuse or tradition. Just make our kids feel joy. Hopefully I said enough to make you listen. I know I have heavy baggage. That's why we have stories and language. This is the road to reconciliation, even if the government didn't give us recognition. Hopefully I speak for every nation. This is a silent revolution. Church is teaching is just pollution. Yes, I know they made us suffer, but I know what made us tougher. They identify us with just a number. Killed my ancestors in their slumber. Ever wondered where the idea of concentration camps came from? From all the churches, yes, we ain't dumb. Priests are just as bad as Nazis. Want to shut me up, just try and stop me. Can't stop these flashbacks of these torturous nuns using ruler whack-a-backs. Must be holding guns. They made a scrub left for us until our knees got sore and called it education. Remember these brick walls, I might as well be a mason. Taking our innocence first by cutting a hair. Know there's something that's hard to share or even bear. No wonder we're all stuck in our addictions. We cannot heal with tradition. I can go on forever, but this is something I'll always remember. So the last piece I would like to share is from my very first mixtape. One of the songs, I called it Growth, because I feel like after all my hardships and the things, like the dark things I've went through, is that I grow after. And that's what I think resiliency is being able to grow from the shittiest of environments. I'd lie if I say I didn't wish I could rewind time. Every night I'm writing down my life, repeating the shit till that sounds right. Always looking inside for any amount of light. Can't find peace, that's why I fight. Can't put down the fist, never calling it quits like Rocky taking a hit. I'm doing this shit because the shoes fit. 10 different schools, always a new kid. Jumping through crowds like who's lit, who spits. Do you feel the same way I do about music? Let's be friends, flip some bottles like make some trends. Running from teachers like jump the fence. All the time I've spent going far and wide. You don't know where I've went just to make a difference. Never fitting in just because I'm different. You see, life's about decisions and I'm on the right path. I feel that when I write rap, so sorry if I don't text right back. Can't depend on a wish, I fight for what I want like these scars on my fists. You can't call me a bitch, no time looking at chances I've missed. I'm happy for what is. Every day overcoming pain, running from demons while some are slain. I might have a new look and a new sound, but trust me, nothing's changed. I still got the same old routine, same old dreams. New shoes but same old feet, walking the same old path. And to think this pain would last this long. Every day I can't get away from packing the bomb. At first the shit was for fun, now it's for getting numb. To the point I'm scraping my crumbs. I'm just a kid following his dreams on any means. Just feel the energy, setting sight on what many see. Growing up telling myself like let's believe I can get out of this small town. All these doubts like not now, making mistakes, not proud. Almost gave up and lost sound when it runs through my veins. Growing up listening to vinyl tapes, grandma played the piano, now I'm the same but putting rhymes on the page. Going through memories like I'm finding my pain. I guess you could say I'm kind of insane. I just wanted to thank everyone for their support during this. During this whole process was a big growth for me. I was preparing for a bunch of final tests and trying to prepare this performance, and I just want to thank everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing up Zacchaeus' name. He has impacted several folks in the Indigenous arts community. And even though he is gone, his legacy has paved the way for numerous Indigenous artists and spoken word artists, myself included. So it's always nice to hear his name in these spaces. Can we please give another loud round of applause for Justin, because that was absolutely phenomenal. I'm really emotional right now because that piece was hit a lot of things. So if you have emotions about that, that's really okay, because, you know, it was an emotional piece. We have another installation over here. It's this green tent. It's called In This Big House by Gennarji O'Sullivan, with contribution by Gary Oliver, Robert Williams, and other artists. It's a multimedia piece with 2 short films on residential school, unsettling and demolishing grief, plus the power of prayer. There is an audio of a poem titled In This Big House, written by Gennarji O'Sullivan, a song about the fireman dance owned by Gennarji's family and sung by cousin Robert Williams. In front of the canopy is a reminiscent of the entrance of the Alert Bay Big House. The Big House is their ceremonial house, designed by Gary Oliver. Gennarji is of the Kwakwaka'wakw Nation. Also in there is a piece by Sakani Dekelt. Sakani is from the Tzeltzian Nation and calls the downtown East Side home. Recently moved back to her territories to raise her sister's child. She's passionate about trans rights, sex worker rights, and harm reduction. Like many of her peers, Sakani knows firsthand how stigma around drug use acts as a barrier to accessing healthcare. She has worked as a megaphone vendor for years and officially joined the team in 2018 to help build Speakers Bureau. Although through that work, she's dedicated to spreading awareness of everyone's right to healthcare and challenging audience to look past the sometimes narrow ideas they have of drug users. So please check out that piece. Up next, we have someone who I call a friend, and we have been friends for many years now. And I'm so happy to be in community with Zofia Rose. Zofia Rose is a Polish and Carrier First Nation singer, songwriter, poet, and interdisciplinary performer. She resides in Vancouver on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples, where she can be found busking in East Van. She also loves the Muse, a graduate of the Writers' Studio at SFU 2019, and her poetry has been published in Prism, Room Magazine, and the Salt Chuck City Review. Zofia has performed music and poetry at Indigenous Brilliance and the Talking Stick Festival. Give a warm welcome to Zofia Rose. Don't worry, Zofia's coming up. So we're good. We're still good. We're great. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Do you want a music stand?
Yeah, couldn't hurt. I'm not gonna be using this for very long, so it's all right. Normally I'm slightly more prepared than this, but this is usually about how it goes. Howdy, my name is Zofia Rose, and it's very Polish. My name is. I am, thank you, Carrier or Dakel First Nation on my mother's side, which is northern BC. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm gonna do a poem for you and some songs. My dad passed very recently, and I'm sure if any of you have lost anyone, you know how important it is not to leave things unsaid. So the poem I'm going to read for you is actually just this really cheeky poem from before I was a poet. I was already a poet. I just wasn't doing anything with it. But from quite a few years ago when I was in reflection on some of the teachers that I've had over the years that really empowered me to take my struggles and turn them into art. And I've had the really beautiful opportunity of working with someone who is an educator from when I went to high school. Just yesterday, we finished recording vocals for my EP, and he's producing it. So I wanted to publicly read this super cheesy poem that I wrote, thinking about how grateful I am that there are people in my life like my dad was, like this man, Chris Warner, my producer, how he is still for his music students, and how he was there for me when I was a student. Good men and great fathers. That's what this poem is for. And it's called I Want to Be an Explosion. I remember everything you told me. Well, most of it anyways. Things like, life isn't fair, wear a helmet. Which is right up there with words from Thoreau. What you shared with me helped to shape me. Etched next to the cracks in my heart is what you taught me, how to glue them back together and makes the fix stick indefinitely. More than music, you've extended my range, gave me the tools I would need to find a niche, made specifically to fit me, to unlimit me, and in dark times, to cradle me. The things I shouldn't think still plague me, as I am infinitely more human than I pretend not to be. It doesn't haunt me like so many other things do. You scratched a flint inside me because I didn't know it then, but something inside, something you saw was screaming, I want to be an explosion! Sorry. Never until now could I have known how lucky I am to have met you, learned from you, been noticed by you. You've set this wildfire ablaze, so thank you. Prepare to be amazed. Merci, ciao. So yeah, on the subject of turning your struggles into, thank you, Dave. It's Dave, right? Yeah. Struggles into art. I have 2 songs for you. They are going to be on the EP. As I mentioned, I just finished recording vocals for it yesterday. I'm so excited. This project has been at least 10 years in the making. It'll be available on streaming platforms very, very soon, within 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, this is a sneak peek of 2 songs that are on the album. The first song is called Push and Shove. Well, let's just say the relationship that inspired this song, the person I was with, they were not as nice as my dad. So Uh, da, 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 da. Sorry, that thinking about my dad gets me going these days. But yeah, I was really fortunate to have a dad like my dad who taught me how to respect myself enough to get out. And then artists and educators who taught me how to turn those struggles into art. So this is Push and Shove. I can get my capo to work properly. Oh, you won't push and I will shove until we both have had enough. And I won't pull and you won't tug until we can't deny that this is love. Oh no, is this love? No, and I won't bite and you will scratch until we can't have none of that. And I will shout and you will scream until we can't believe that this is happening to me. Oh no, is this happening to me? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I say it wouldn't always be this way? Oh, didn't you tell me? Didn't you say you wouldn't always treat me this way? Hey, oh, 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 oh. Didn't I tell you it would not always be this way? Oh, and you will push and I will shove until we both have had enough. And I will pull and you will tug until we can't deny that this is love. Oh, if this is love, why have I had enough? Had enough. Had enough. If this is love, oh, you will push and I will shove until. Merci, ciao. That's gonna be on the EP. I'm super excited. There's a funny story to that. The person I was dating was also a musician, and they were composing a song that they ended up titling Push and Shove. And then we had a fight, and I was mad at him. So I said, oh, yeah, I'll write a song called Push and Shove, and it's going to be better than yours. So that's where that came from. This next song is also about an abusive relationship. I wrote this after the discovery of the 215 in Tecumseh, Chouepmec. And I work 27 out of 30 days in June. I'm a line cook. I make food for people. That makes me happy. It's hard work. I could not focus and process what has been an ongoing discovery. So I just worked a lot. And then when I finally sat down and I had a moment to think about how I felt about residential schools and how they affected my family and me, this is what came of that. There's also a kind of a cool story about this one, which is that it's almost like the redemptive verse that I couldn't find when I had my very first reading and a performance at Indigenous Brilliance. Jay Simpson was also in the lineup that night. And so I'm forever grateful to see them and what the community is doing and working alongside the community and having these opportunities for all the artists. But the song that I sang on my very first reading performance in Vancouver in public was it's a song called Mama, and it was a little bit rude and a little bit hard on my mom's experience, but it was, I thought, it was headed towards there is something redemptive in my mother's struggle and how she and how we came back together, but I couldn't find it at the time. And I feel like this is the next chapter, or this is the redemptive verse, this whole song that you're going to hear. I'm just calling it Mother's Sake for now. Hopefully it'll have a title before the EP comes out. This is also on the EP. Don't cut my hair, just leave it there. Don't stop and stare, pretend to care. Don't take my hand and walk away. For my mother's sake, for my grandmother's sake, don't take that book. You know it took more than one life. My breath belongs to sky, my bones belong to earth. Bury your judgments, not our children. Burn your pity, not our bodies. Douse your hatred, never our resilience. For my mother's sake, for my grandmother's sake, for my mother's sake, for my mother's sake. My ghost is grown, the seeds you've sown will soon be known. My mother's sake, my mother's sake. Masicho.
Thank you so much, Zephyr. We really came up together, didn't we? It was like my second performance. Yeah, so Zephyr and I came from very similar beginnings. Yonina Curtin introduced us, and that was such a gorgeous beginning of our community time together. One thing I'm saying, if there are any settlers around and want to just share some resources or redistribute some wealth, you can come to any of our artists and give them money. So if any of the artists are down for that, you could just come up to them and be like, you know what, here's some funds. And they will gladly take that. And that's my opinion on that. That's me very politely saying, open your purse. Our next performers are Titlam Kwe. Titlam means singing in, and Kwe means women in Anishinaabe. Join adopted sisters Anishinaabe Sarah Brooke Cano and Cheyenne Gardner from Stolo Territory as they share their favorite songs. Join us for social and canoe songs from the River of the People of the Fraser to the Buffalo and Sweetgrass people from over the mountains. When you smile, the world smiles with you, but when you sing, Creator smiles on you. Please give a warm welcome to Titlam Kwe.
So I want to first just acknowledge the powerful performance of the youth. And I'm sorry, your name? Justice? Justin, that was really powerful. And then, of course, Sophia, who I got a 1-2 punch on some tears, which may have been needed after the couple of months we've had, hey? Mm-hmm. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Sarah Brooke Cadeau. Jay, you get one time calling me Cano. Just one. My nibbling. You called me Sarah Brooke Cano. Dinishnikas Ikwe Amamingo Batut Ochin Ganan Mitnask Dodem Garden River Enjoba Anishinaabe Kwe and Dao. That is my spirit name, which is woman who makes knees shake. My clan, which is Badger. My family is registered to Garden River. My mom's side of my family, I'm a Cadeau, Cadot, Bruno, Duhem, Bizinet, and Houle. Those are 5 of the Ojibwe French families that I come from the North Bay, Ojibwe country. And my father was also Ashkenazi. And so sometimes I say I'm an Anishinaabe-Kenazi. You can laugh. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Cheyenne?
Cheyenne tel squeeth, Luke's teethlim tel whilma squeeth. Talitzel qua squa. My name is Cheyenne Gardner. My Whilmic traditional name is Luke's Teetlamot, which is Helk Kamelum, and that translates to always singing woman.
So between always singing woman and woman who makes knees shake, we hope to really bring some good energy for you here today. And I think we'll start with something gentle to help with some of the emotions that just come out for me and I think quite a few people, thanks to the beautiful Indigenous people who grace the stage before us. So, you want to start with the heartbeat? Do you want to mix? Yeah, so just enjoy. Do you want to introduce this? Because it's your territory song.
So the first song that we're going to sing is the Heartbeat song, and it comes from Stolo Territory, and this song comes from Gilbert Joe. Gilbert Joe is a residential school survivor, and how he explained the song to me is that it's a prayer song, and it helped him with his healing coming out of residential schools.
So you can take the lead.
gonna sing the Mi'kmaq honor song.
Is a burner. Get ready. So Cheyenne is part Mi'kmaq, and that is a Mi'kmaq honor song, and the words are really beautiful. They mean it's a good day to be Indigenous. Be proud of yourself. So yeah, Yeah, it's always a good day to be Indigenous right now because we're still here. Woo! It's really hard sometimes being an Indigenous singer because you're like, you know that one that goes, way, hey, hey, hey. And then you're like, no, that's not the one. Wait 1 second. It goes, oh, yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah, okay. So we're going to do this one is an Anishinaabe women's buffalo song. And some of us are buffaloes here. And the buffaloes are amazing creatures. And one of the main teachings for the buffalo is that they turn and face the storm together. And they put their biggest ones on the outside and their little ones on the inside and their elders. And they hold the line. And there's a lot of teachings that we can extract from that because there's a lot of storms that come our way that we need protection from a herd, a crew, a posse, roll deep with people, you know. And so I really like that teaching about the buffalo. And as Isaac Murdoch and Christy Belcourt have also immortalized in a T-shirt, the buffalo will always be our teacher and our education. And the people from over the mountains where this song come from, they got forcibly starved by the buffalo culls, which they're basically doing today for wild salmon. And it's the same thing. It's a forced and targeted cultural genocide tactic, and just a genocide tactic. If you take a primary species away from a group of people who have had intrinsic relationships, like everything here comes from salmon, just like everything over there comes from buffalo. The hides, the bones, the sinew, the stomach lining, the teeth, the hair, every single part was part of what gave our villages structure and life. Not just spiritually, but physically through the food and through the parts. And same can be said for salmon and everything that comes from it. So we'll dedicate this to the Wild Salmon Alliance and the Wild Salmon Defenders to turn and face the storms and keep going.
Oh
Cheyenne really likes those chargers. She's a charger singer.
The next song that we're gonna sing is called Williams, the Williams song, or Williams Styles, and it comes from Stalo territory, and it was brought out by Russell Williams from Squaw First Nation.
Well, yeah, and that last song was given to me by my mentor, Charlotte Nepanak of the Nepanak family of Skowhegan, Manitoba, where some of us have been a couple of times, you know, just getting our teachings after being erasured and trying to kill our whole family line. Some of us get adopted in other places, and that's how I've learned a lot of my Anishinaabe songs, is through a village that's not even my own. But you know what? We take what we can get, and we're proud and grateful for it. And so this is one of my favorite songs from Stalo territory. And we'll dedicate it to, I want to say Zacchaeus. I'm dyslexic, so I'm mixing up his name. Zacchaeus, yeah, forgive me. And also we had a couple of deaths today in the hip-hop community and in Vancouver's very small hip-hop community. So I just also want to dedicate it to the people who are grieving from our very small arts family. And we'll put this out to the loved ones. And to all of you, you're our loved ones too. Oh no, it's not that one. It's the other one that goes, oh yeah, there, that one. That one, see? I told you, it happens all the time. It's like Bob Dylan, just keep going, nobody will know. I just wanted to say quickly, thank you, miigwech. And because we've been dealing a little bit with sensitive content tonight, I just wanted to say thank you to my Stolo sister and her husband to be, Howie Moose. They're gonna get married in about 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, kiss, kiss, knock on the glass. Ching, 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 ching. We need a kiss. Ching, 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 ching. Yeah. That's Indigenous love. 2 beautiful children and a third one at home. Evan, he's 15 and very, he's old and serious now. He's not going to be out with us, but I just want to share just quickly when the first children were found at the torture camp, the Stolo community went up, and I was graced to see the medicine work that was done because they knew they had 11 children from their nation who never came home. And I watched the canoe get taken across the land with all the children in their regalia dancing behind. And it was one of the most powerful ceremonies I've ever seen. And when they brought the canoe back to the river in their territory, the medicine people shared that a couple other kids had jumped in, which really made me feel some kind of way, just that the kids were like, we're going to go with that canoe. And so I want to share with you that there's really powerful ceremonies for healing that are happening, and there's no accident that they're finding the children that they took from the land to take the land from the children, as our planet is going through extreme crisis. And so I just want to remind all of you to wake up your inner custodian and your inner water walker and your inner teachings from Europe that came before Christianity. They were very, very specific custodian teachings that are present throughout all of the world. It's just that the red people got colonially affected last. And so I just want to remind everybody to find hope in the children and in the songs that are being sung and in the weddings that are happening and the babies that are coming in and all the championships, things that they don't show in the media about Indigenous brilliance and beauty. And I hope that you've seen some of it today and that you will continue to look for it. Miigwech.
Thank you so much.
We're very
Sarah.
grateful.
Sarah brought me back to my home territories for the first time in my entire life 3 years ago. Isn't that wild? 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I got my spirit name and my clan, and that's very important for my people. We do things spiritually because there's been such a loss. And myself from the Buffalo clan is really important because the buffalo are returning to the prairies. I wanted to say something also in regards to conversations on the planet. Just a reminder that the planet isn't dying, it's being killed, and it's being killed with people with addresses and names. So we need to remember that it is not theoretical, it is happening. But we have some more artists in store for all of you, and it's all bangers. It's all hits tonight. It's all hits. There's no flops. There will never be a flop. I'm just saying, there hasn't been a miss so far, and there's not going to be a miss later. So I don't know why some of you are acting so brand new. No, I'm kidding. Our next performer is Raven Grenier. Raven is an emerging singer and performer with a background in traditional and contemporary Gitxsan dance and powwow. Very talented. She is a mix of settler and Indigenous ancestry and works as the artist and administrative assistant for the dancers of, now I don't know how to say it. We're good? We Gucci? Okay. Raven has toured in the company's recent multimedia productions of Flicker and Minoan and has been performing from an early age. She is a third-year student majoring in First Nations and Indigenous Studies at the Institute of Critical Indigenous Studies at UBC. Give a warm welcome to Raven Grenier.
sim gigat sigramana gan skabawilk sig ni itun skajit simulb sakbaqua toyek signisum amasatun witni anokdi noon la kipti lu amskodi windy hawksweets bagaitisum toyek signisum musquium squamish slewatooth Toyek signisum vines. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight. I'm excited to share with you 2 songs. The first one is a snake song. And this song is about conversations with the spirits. It's lessons from the flame and the experience of the spirits taking over you. The land is changing shape, more places to hide. Evil's got a hold of those second eyes. The earth will fold in half, locked inside your mind. The water's taking you to a different time. The snake will surface from the underworld on waves that glisten in the moonlit sky. Stars will tell us of a world before, when there was nothing here but dark. The fire starts to dance your song. It's calling you back home. It's time for you to go. The land is changing shape, more places to hide. Evil's got a hold of those second eyes. The earth will fold in half, locked inside your mind. The water's taking you to a different time. The snake will surface from the underworld on waves that glisten in the moonlit sky. Stars will tell us of a world before, when there was nothing here but dark. Fire starts to dance your song. It's calling you back home. It's time for you to go. The land is changing shape, more places to hide. Evil's got a hold of those second eyes. The earth will fold in half, locked inside your mind. The water's taking you to a different time. The snake will surface from the underworld on waves that glisten in the moonlit sky. Stars will tell us of a world before, when there was nothing here but dark. The fire starts to dance your song. It's calling you back home. It's calling you back home. It's time for you to go. This next song that I'm going to do is a cover of Northern Cree, their song Earth Angel. So to cleanse all of those really strong emotions and energies, the song is meant for medicine for all of those things that need to pass through. Hey, hey, oh, hey, ha, hey, oh, hey, ha, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, ha, one was under moonlight. Earth angel, earth angel, now you're mine until the end of time. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Hey, oh, hey, ho, hey, ha. Hey, oh, ho, hey, ha. Ha, hey, ah. Hey, oh, ho, hey, ha, ya. Hey, oh, ho, hey, ha, ho. Hey, ah, ya, hey, ho, hey, ah. Hey, ah, ya, hey, ha, ho. Hey ya ya hey ha how hey ya ya hey ha ow hey ya hey ya ha hey oh hey hey oh hey oh hey. Earth angel, earth angel, when I first saw you, the stars were out so bright, but this one was under moonlight. Earth angel, earth angel, now you're mine until the end of time. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, ha. Hey, oh, hey, ha. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, ha, ya. Hey, hey, ha, ow. Hey, ya, hey, ho, hey, ya. Hey, ya, hey, ha, ho. Hey ya ya hey ha how hey ya ya hey ha ow hey ya hey ya ha hey oh hey hey oh hey oh hey. Earth angel, earth angel, when I first saw you, the stars were out so bright, but this one was under moonlight. Earth angel, now you're mine until the end of time. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
Thank you, Raven. I think we could clap a little bit louder than that. Let's do this. Yes, there we go. Thank you. See, I told you, no flops, only bangers. Our next artist is someone who I call very close kin. The next performer is Jazz Whitford. Jazz is a Secwepemc Two-Spirit interdisciplinary artist. I think you dropped anti-professional out of your bio, and I feel personally offended. With a focus on land-based learning, ancestral memory, decolonization, and land sovereignty. They reside as an uninvited guest on the unceded and ancestral territories of the Hamusqueam, the tsleil and the Squamish. Please give a round of applause for Jazz Whitford.
Hello. I'm the flop. I better not chew gum. It's good to see you all today. It's been over a year since I had a mic, since someone allowed me at the mic. I'm Jazz. I've been a part of Vines and more specifically Resilient Roots for quite a few years now. I don't keep track of the numbers. That's Heather's job. But yeah, there's been so much growing. It's every year keeps really beautiful values, and those values continue to support artists of color in Vancouver. And I'm so thankful for all the work that the Vine staff does. Today's the second to last performance, Heather told me. And yeah, I'm just so thankful to still be here and still be a part of Vines. It's really special. I think a year and a half or whatever it's been break from performing on stage, I think I should be able to pull off reading a few poems without crying. Something I could not do before my break. We'll see. I've been writing black ink from ash and abalone. White snow on dry land replenishing. Malarkey. Here it comes like a wind, and you're alone again. Hayfields and red iron hills, lone crooked windblown pine, about to crack. Every trash fire, sacred ceremony, walk with me now through the hills till I'm fine. God-fearing Indians, vultures, signs, gravel pit, let me admit, when I said I was coming home, it was a lie. And the buffalo are gone now, all I can see are sickly deer. Loud red iron tracks line every river's edge. Coyote and raccoon fear, mullein, juniper, asters, chicken wire, and railroad ties. Mom's bear-tooth necklace and buckskin medicine pouch, red and black beads on buckskin strip strings and ties. Big wind whips golden grass, sage green, singing rattles, cottonwood to hush you to sleep. Big wind winding up ribbon, creaking, cracking trees, and the nest fell a long way down. Left at the 99th Ave Railroad crossing, where my heart pumps liquid copper love. Born into this world, little tiny warriors, but you shouldn't have to be. I wish for you bear medicine dreams. If you let them, your ancestors will run through you. Next of kin to the mischief wind, wayward, restless, drifting, roaming. They'll never be branded, they'll never be broke. A little band of Indians with none for you hope. Shallow, meandering creek, blue-gray frozen, surrounded by white snow and deep, bright red willow shoots, looking for the sun. Magpies bother all the other birds' nests. Grandpa kills them. It's for their own good. Traditional medicine. Like brown sugar and yellow sunlight soap poultice, the cheapest sliver-given ink stamp plywood. Little feet chased each other up and down hallways of double-wide trailers on the edge of this mill town. Not far from where the two rivers meet. Home? No, that's a story. Dry wood fences, slowly falling down, flat pavement snakes, gravel underfoot and sticky pitch sweat, pine needles stacked, forest floor and nosebleed sun, and so many signs, but all the words have been worn off for a time. Is it a tight rope or a short leash? walking on eggshells, skipping through flames, and they gave up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just quit. That's my motto. Just quit. If you don't like what you're doing, stop it. If you don't like your boss, tell him off. Don't like your professor, tell him off. So I guess I shouldn't have dropped anti-professional out of my bio, but I think I just dropped it because it should be obvious at this point. I don't need to give warnings anymore. Oh, jazz. A fusion of joy so hollow and never-ending fear, thick raindrop sadness, and now I disappear. Damp and dripping from the cold fog, tired and numb, fingernails chewed so short they hardly exist, no heart, no wisdom. Propane is empty, gas run dry. Still pissed about the last time I seen you alive. Life is not fair, kid. I wish we would have taken our time. Sink, sank, sunk, slide. I ran into the sunset, right into the night, right into the dark till I see that morning light. I'll ride all the way to your house. When I knocked, you weren't home. Your mom said she wouldn't let me in, even if you hadn't been gone. She told me to hit the trail and blew me away like dust in the hills. You blew me away too, but I ride for you still. Two-spirit, shapeshifter, trickster, medicine people. Long days of rain, and all I am is scared. So anyone who grew up on gas station food might know a little snack cake called, oh, it's time for a snack cake. I set an alarm. They're called Joe Louis or something like that. Maybe it's a French thing, I think. So probably I'm not saying it right, but that's fine. I'm not worried. They're my favorite. I am made of them 90%. I'm actually not native. I'm just brown because I eat so many Joe Louis. It's a cake covered in chocolate filled with cream. That could just be my bio. I might change it, actually. Anyway, they raised me. They raised me from the ground up. Here I am. Joe Louis, how you make me shine. You throw me in the air and let me fall to the ground with a crash. I love you anyway. No. Joe Louis, you let my mind get away from me. You make me holler, you make me cry. Joe Louis, you got a hold on me. Every time I think I've been set free, I see you there, the gas station again. My heart skips a beat, and my mind takes a hike. My hand reaches out. I pick you up and whisper softly, Joe Louis, will you be mine? I walk you to the cashier. You look so fine on the counter beside my Lotto 649. And I don't know how long I've been up here, but I'll keep going. Reading you all of these poems, as far as I know, I don't think I've read them out loud. It's all new shit. It's going to be in a book, and it's going to come out soon, but I've been saying that for a while. You'll see it, though. He's been off his feed for a while, and we knew it was growing closer to the end. He'd thought about how much he'd miss guarding the truck and laying on the porch. He sat and sighed with contentment. He knew he'd be getting gravy and steak for his last meal, and he'd have room to lick up the last drop. All dogs die good. Knots tied up all the way up that string of old rag. Red, blue, yellow, and dirty beige, she said. Don't worry, baby, your body's not permanent. Don't be thinking on it too hard. She wet her old blue, thin, tattered rag skirt in the cool lake and laid it over me. Hummingbird comes buzzing good news, and the sun's out today. Everything you were yesterday is gone. They've been shooting their mouth off, head wound up like a clown box. A few more notes to go before they pop. Only thing left to do is push them down and close the hatch. I want my arms around you. Do you want that too? Old ashtrays are heavy and young men are weak. They'll fool you if they can. Born dripping in oil, turning soil to sand and mountains to pebbles and dust. Trees to ash and smoke, not far from the hot and dry of the sandy clay, just a few steps from the sun-blackened mullein. Past the short willow lies a calm, cool lake. Even dry trees near its edge decide to fall in for a float to rest from the fight in that hot wind. The loons and muskrat and the beaver don't mind a visit. In fact, they've been waiting for a guest. Land reclaimed, sun shining on the last of the snow. Wild rabbits colored with every shade of their home. Chomping birch shoots, owl heads spinning. The taller the branches, they were pruned moose high. No one was hungry that spring. City Indians gone barn sour. Colonialism is a throwaway to suffering. Slow and unwavering emptiness. But we can be full, and we can be spark, and we can be passion again. Our ancestors are waiting, growing restless. They throw you signs. Sometimes you pass them by. Sometimes you burn shit. I've been tired, tripping, and parched. A bit of a bag of nails, but I'm a bake. If you let me in, I'd pay you back tenfold, but if you don't, I'll have to break in real late and rob you, run your well dry, you cheapskate. You don't want to leave me out here unless you figure you're old enough to die. Door frames dressed up with dainty red painted flowers, red petals painted in blood. Take me to the river deep. Ain't so deep if you know where I'm buried. Out past the last fence post, under that long dead bare bones cottonwood, way under. Homesickness. Eagle goes fishing while blue jays go picking. Wolverine stomps on by. Wild, wild motherhood. Mama's busy, baby cries. Dog's been gone a while, so they'll have to work hard to find him, but they'll come to take your flock, and they'll come to take your cows, they'll come to take your corn, and they'll come to take your sows. They'll drive you to the courthouse by the river in your own truck. When they drop you off and drive away, you may be feeling out of luck, but baby, baby, don't you cry. It'll all work out for you, long as they don't know you can paddle your own canoe. I think this will be my last one. I used to think I was a man. I used to think I was a woman. But boy, did I have news for me. When every tear runs dry, I'll run proud. And keep the lights off and the blankets up all the way over my head. My value goes up. Put me in a glass box, Put me in a glass box, opaque, not for viewing. The mosquitoes have a blood fest. Put your hide to the test. Scratch till you're scraped clean, clean enough to send to the tannery. All my meat's gone. All brains, no brawn. This body missed the bus, so I guess I'll wait. Call me in the afternoon. Cattail, birch, it's a losing game. 20 years of bingo and they never called my numbers. Dice played me and I got broke quick. Freezer burnt moose meat and a can of beans. That's it.
Thank you so much, Jazz.
Oh, I just wanted to add.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
Aw, thanks, Jazz. No flops.
Oh,
Jazz, no flops, Whitford, everyone.
I was supposed to be doing Jay's job, but I quit. I said, I don't want to.
And you know what? That's a great practice of boundaries, everyone. Thank you. Jazz Whitford. Oh my God. A little bit. So I'm going to do a poem before our final performance of the night. Because I was like, wow, this energy, I'm really vibing with it. And then I asked to read a poem and everyone was like, yes, please. It's a poem I've read before, but it's still new. In the lengthening hours of spring, Persephone's yawn and stretch we barrel west. Expansive beaches beside expensive country clubs and golf courses, cherry and plum blossoms. Aside the softest of greens, you. Sunshine and slanted smile, a willingness to laugh, a commitment, sing loudly while I quietly lip sync this cacophonous affirmation. We are not caught. There hasn't been a theft, rather a carved taking. Indian joy deserves the space it takes in an auntie's boisterous laugh. Tummy rolling and head thrown back, we learnt from the best. No one could cackle like Cookham and her sisters. Watch the white woman walking blindfolded in the field, ruminate on purpose, toss it aside in favor for comprehensible immediacy, a joke, a riddle, a sleight of language, a jingle of keys, a hyena cry piercing the illusion of space. Wasn't this place a mill not that long ago? Hundreds of dead cattle beneath the lake I heard could be fake. Vancouver is a city of rumors. It's here, where I pulled a switchblade on a Canadian goose that came for you. I joke about wanting to be burnt alive at the meditation circle. How very un-Cree of me, you laugh. This outrageous statement, a performance, a show of hands, a self-awareness. To be Indian is to be hunted, and I refuse to be. Instead, this a promise, my last breath resolution. I trim your hair carefully one dazzling April afternoon last year. You have a video call, a careful precision. I dare not mess this up. The salons are closed still. My hair chopped haphazardly a week prior. A hard root line, a discomfort, a dying illusion. We can't count. These laughters so loud, folks in the cars beside us stare. This vision blurry, arms waving, head shaking and spinning, an exclamation, a survival, a projection. We've survived worse, and together it's easier to commit to this resounding filament of tomorrow in the sometime before. In the cool of October, we leave a restaurant in favor of clucks and fries. We don't have to pretend here. We like what we like, and aren't we meant to enjoy ourselves anyways? You read and I cry, an immediate reaction. I'm not singularity. And we aren't an amalgamation of all the times we were stolen from. Rather, a body breathing, all sinew and bone, stretching and pulling, a resolve, a rebuff, and a continuation. Thank you. So that's the first poem I've written in such a long time. And it's about my best friend. And I think we should write about our best friends and the people we love more often. But, bangers, 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 and not the Miley Cyrus song. Okay, to close us off tonight, which I'm so grateful to have spent this time with you today as your MC. But guess what? We're not over yet. We have tomorrow at Creekside Park. And that's also going to be just bangers, bangers, bangers. So, be there. Our final performer of the evening is Alia. Alia is an innovative hip hop and spoken word artist who was born and raised in her home community of Skokale within the Coast Salish territory. She is also an activist and filmmaker. Her current solo work speaks to the Indigenous worldview and rise. Her voice and passion for unity and change drives her creative process. Through her music, she invites everyone from every background to feel what hip hop and spoken word has to offer, perhaps in a new way. Give a warm welcome to Alia.
Hi. Ace Whale. How's everybody feeling out there today? Tonight, as we get into the evening, this is really beautiful. Hi, girlfriend. Yes, come on. So I've been experimenting a little bit with my music and moving into playing my guitar acoustically. And I want to share some of that with you guys before I get into the hip hop set. So, let's have this experience together. My name is Alia. Alia Tilsquee to Homuk Tilsquee to Stalo Nation to Musqueam to Simath and to Alis. So I come from the communities of Musqueam, Sumas, Skokale, Stalo Nation, and Chehalis. And I'm really, really happy to be with all of you at Vines Art Festival here on Coast Salish territory. So I'm really excited to be with everybody. I'm messing with the mic stand here, hoping it's not going to fall. I think we're good then. Is there? Yeah. We're just going to patch this up. We're just getting a patch cord. So you guys ever experience sitting at home waiting by the phone? Back when phones were attached to the wall. So I know I'm not speaking to the millennials here, but I used to sit at home by the phone because there wasn't cell phones. So that's just a quick note. You're like, why would you sit at home by the phone? You can go anywhere. No, we used to have to sit at home. I'm aging myself here. But so that's part of it, is this song is about that feeling, sitting at home and waiting for a phone call. Are we getting sound through the system? Can you guys let me know? Yeah? Let me warm up like a quick second. I've been thinking, I've been dreaming often of your face when I'm alone. All these women, all this drinking, got me sitting by the phone alone. Move on over, won't you sit right next to me and
You can hear the story of my life. Move on over, won't you sit and talk to me, and we can talk all night right by the fire. I've been thinking, I've been dreaming often of your face when I'm alone. Move on over, won't you sit and talk to me, and we can talk all night right by the fire. Move on over, won't you sit right next to me, and you can hear the story of my life. Move on over, 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 won't you sit right next to me, and you can hear the story of my life. Move on over, won't you sit and talk to me, and we can talk all night right by the fire. Move on over, move on over. All right, nice little warm up there. So, like I said, thank you for experimenting with me. I'm new to bringing my guitar into my set. I mostly do hip hop, but I've been really feeling acoustic vibes lately. So, yeah, that was really fun. Let's shift gears a little bit. So, the first song that I'm going to share with you, I wrote for my kids about when they were born and brought into this world. It's a real special thing to be blessed with children, and I think especially in these times. You know, we've just recently discovered many of our ancestors started with a 215, moved in all across Canada, and we're finding more and more children. And it makes me really sad. I've been mourning for all those babies that didn't make it home. So when I look at my kids, I think about our ancestors and the fact that they've come back to us. We believe in that circle of life, that cyclical experience of being born again and again. And so when our children are born, we think of them as our elders, returning to us. That's why they're so precious. And I wrote this song about when my kids were born. It's called There's Only One. But baby, when you came into my life, the sun shone and the sky looked bright. Never knew anybody sound so sweet when they cried. The entire world changed when I looked into your eyes. My tiny baby boy giving meaning to my life. See, this is why every step I took before was leading to this moment, pushing me to be more. You're the best little gift I could ever receive. You have the strongest little spirit I could hardly believe. And the fact that you chose me makes me feel lucky. I know you're here to learn, but you're a teacher to me. You got the whole world available, I'll never hold you back. Anything that you need, I'll be sure to have your back. We could talk about the world, sharing music and more. I would open up the world and put it all in your hands. But the greatest learning I could give is teaching you to stand. There's only one just like you, and you're the one, make my skies blue. There's only one just like you, and you're the one, make my skies blue. Flawless,
and you didn't even cry. My baby girl, bringing tears to my eyes. Each and every moment was better than before. I went from one, and now we are four. The way you make your brother laugh, I could hardly thank you more for that. Important that I notice that he needs you there to hold his hand. I know I need to tell you this, my beautiful little gift. The most important moment is right now, and it never changes. Live your wildest dreams, see a billion places, run a million races, go through tons of phases. I'm here for support and for you to run to. If your heart's broken, you can cry and I'll hug you. No matter what you do, I'll always love you, because every step you take, I'll be watching over you. I'll be watching over you. There's only one just like you, and you're the one, make my skies blue. There's only one just like you, and you're the one, make my skies blue. Your wish is my reason, a person to believe in. I'm vibing while you're sleeping, I'm smiling while you're dreaming. Your wish is my reason, a person to believe in. I'm vibing while you're sleeping, I'm smiling while you're dreaming. Your wish is my reason, a person to believe in. I'm vibing while you're sleeping, I'm smiling while you're dreaming.
All right. It's okay. I made my friend do this for me at the last second. She's like, what? So props to my DJ friend. This is Chrissy. We go way back. Please give her a round of applause for jumping in. Yeah, no worries, no worries. You're doing good. I lost my water somewhere, and it is quite dry. Thank you, Heather. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm always like this when I get to stage. I'm like, what happened to this? Where is this? What's going on here? But hey, that all settles down once I get comfortable. So this, quick note. I've changing over all of my music, and I'm a filmmaker as well, over to my traditional name, A'alia. And A'alia actually speaks to how our ancestors are reborn and those babies and what their purpose is. So you can find my music on Spotify under Kelia right now, Kelia. And yeah, check it out. Please, like, subscribe, all those kinds of things that the kids say. And then everything is going to be slowly shifting over. I'm legalizing my traditional name. I'm bringing it out in the world, and I'm really, really proud to be able to do that. Thank you. Another one of my friends came from back home to watch me, so it's just really exciting. The next song I'm doing is called Runaway. And I know we all go through hard times, especially young Aboriginal women coming up in a white man's world. And I went through the same thing until I really found who I was and I found my voice. But I really still pray and I think about all those young women all the time and their struggles, the missing and the murdered. So this song is for all of them. It's called Runaway. Thinking about the future and what's in store. Never been in love without a broken heart before. Mostly it's been good, but my soul's been tested. The depths of who I am, the greatest of my stresses. This is what I'm made of, and this how far I've come. Embracing my mistakes, I'm owning what I've done. All the words I spoke and all the rhymes I wrote, could never take it back, I just let it unfold. With every bit of victory I made sacrifice too. Every step forward, I went backwards by two. Struggle with who I was like I was being crushed. Struggle way too much, it was all about the chase. It was all about the chase, I had nothing to lose. Until the day finally came when I fell bleeding and ruined. Never be a person that's imprisoned by fears. Shut me in and shut it out all of these years. This is who I am, and this how far I've come. I've been rushing and I got nowhere to run.
who I am, and this how far I've come. I've been rushing and rushing, and I got nowhere to run. Run away, I'm just a run away, yeah, yeah. Run away, I want to run away, yeah, yeah.
This is what I'm made of, and this is who I am. I have too tired of just fighting God and his plan. Got a list of regrets, got a book of what ifs, some long lost loves and a trail of broken promises. A lot of crazy nights with little memory to match, some long hard days feeling lost and sad. Some questions that I asked and the answers were found, some answers that I wish never found their way out. As I move past the pain, the hurt and the hate, the struggles that I find out what you can make. If I didn't share my story and gave in to the pain, then I wouldn't be alive to say I beat on my rage. If I didn't share my story, that just wouldn't give up. I never would have found out exactly who I was. For the lost and the broken, I'm cheering for you. The odds may be crazy, but we're made to make it through.
This is who I am, and this how far I've come. I've been rushing and rushing, and I got nowhere to run. This is who I am, and this how far I've come. I've been rushing and rushing, and I got nowhere to run. Run away, I'm just a run away, yeah, yeah. Run away, I want to run away, yeah, yeah. Run away, I'm just a run away, yeah, yeah. Run away, I want to run away, yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't help it, yeah, I've made up my mind. 'Cause I'm a runaway that no one can find. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't help it, yeah, I've made up my mind. Oh, 'cause I'm a runaway that no one can find.
That no one can find, that no one can find.
All right. Another song. So I really want to thank the organizers of Vines, Heather and Amanda, and all of the team working so hard to put on this amazing display of art, music, poetry. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here with everybody. I used to live in Vancouver for many years, especially when I was attending UBC. But I live back home in Stalo territory, and it feels great to be home, but I miss this city. So out here, I get to reconnect and see all of you. It's really lovely. Next song I'm going to share with you is Take Us, I believe. And this song you can find on YouTube under Take Us by Kalia. I really encourage you to go check out the music video. I was lucky to get a grant from TELUS to make that piece of art with a friend of mine who is an amazing director and a female filmmaker. So this is Take Us.
Take us to the edge of our freedom. Take us to the edge of what we know.
Taking these two fists and these two hands, taking my composure like it's part of the plan. Brush it all up my shoulders as I leave my pride behind. If I write enough about it, beat the pain inside. Open up my wings, 'cause I'm ready to fly. I can remember every moment if I really try. Put my lyrics to the test and tell me what's next. Breathing deeper in the moment, get it all up my chest. It's all been suppressed and ignored like a bad message. Looking for myself in a mess like some bad wreckage. Come on, inspect this, you didn't expect it. Imagination fly like I live with the Jetsons. Put me on blast and I'll be fully projected. A bully with my cadence, I'll be syllable invested. Take it to the max with my battery pack. Once I meet my moment, I ain't never coming back.
Take us to the edge of our freedom. Take us to the edge of what we know. Take us to the edge of our freedom. Take us to the edge of what we know.
You ain't up against the world, it's just you in the mirror. Nothing that can stop you, it's just you and your fear. Being in the moment means that you're really here, not avoiding any action as the future gets near. Freedom take us farther than we've ever been. Footprints in the sand as we take the lead.
Anyone can make it if they really believe, and anyone can make it if they have a dream. Power to the voices we ain't heard yet. All the baby mamas that be working check to check. All the single daddies that we always seem to forget. It's time for everybody now to feel that they blessed. Stand up everybody, cause you know what's next. The people in the movement got no time to rest. The people need to do this cause we know what's best. Moving all together so nobody gets left.
Take us to the edge of our freedom. Take us to the edge of what we know. Take us to the edge of our freedom. Take us to the edge of what we know.
I want every single person in the audience right now, take a look to your left, take a look to your right, take a look at all the people that live in your community. Every color is beautiful and everybody has meaning and everybody has a job and a purpose. And I love all of you. You're amazing for being here, amazing audience. I really want to thank you for your love and your support. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so what's the next song? Who am I? Okay. So I invited my friend here. Her name is Sade, this beautiful jingle dress dancer. And a lot of hip hop music, it has like this deep bass. And it's really close to what we do in the powwow circuit. I grew up dancing with Sade since we were about yay high. We both dance in the little tiny tots together, juniors, everything up to teens and now into adults. And so I'm really happy when she wanted to answer the call and to share a little bit of like her dance with us. And she's gonna work to kind of find the beat of these next 3 songs. You guys can all get up and dance if you want. I fully encourage you to do that. This next track was written by Lizzie of Danny and Lizzie. And I'm lucky enough to perform it. And we're gonna move into some more dance music. There's a little bit more energy coming up here, okay? All right. Watch my kicks, royal blue, brand new city strut. Walking on the concrete, new shoes, can't get stuck. I got dip, head to toe, Prada, Fendi, Gucci, Coach, big screens, limousines, MTV or radio. Why am I so metropolis? I'm a city girl with a cell phone bill. VIP in the downtown strip, and I know these streets and I know this one. I'm technological, stressing, pressed to get that dough. Gotta get it back on that red road, take me back.
I wanna know, who I am. Take me home so I understand. I wanna know, who I am. Take me home, take me home. I wanna know, who I am. Take me home so I understand. I wanna know, who I am. Take me home, take me home.
Wasn't lipstick, nails did, princess haircut, branded with the Nike check, plastic earrings. I wish I got to live a bit of my own heritage. I wish I met the earth when my parents' did.
We live and learn life in the city. I wanna learn the words and the ways of my people long before history. I wanna learn about back. I wanna know, who I am. Take me home so I understand. I wanna know, who I am. Take me home, take me home. I wanna know, who I am.
Thank you, Sade. All right. Thank you so much, Sade, for blessing us with your beautiful dress and your dance and your fan. I love you so much, and it was just good to see you. Thank you. She's a busy woman. She's got to go to rehearsal. So I'm going to do a couple more songs with you. You guys still vibing with me? Can we do another couple tracks? Okay, cool. Not all of these tracks are released yet. I'm working on it, and I'm also working on some new music. So, yeah, look me up on social media, and we can become friends. The next song I'm going to do is called Left Right, and it's about an old traditional game called Slahal. Let's go.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Down the middle, everybody outside, outside, outside. Down the middle, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Hey. Ooh. All right. Hey, let's go. Bounce, bounce. In the back. Woo! You wanna come down, you wanna throw down, you wanna put your money where your mouth, you wanna make them dance, go ahead and take a chance, we'll be here all night long until it ends, tell your friends. All right. All the people dancing in the back, let's go! All right, here's one where you guys can dance too. This is just a fun track, let's go. I call it Stylist, because that's what the beat was called. Yo, sound man, if you could bump the beat like a tiny bit.
I just wanna party the whole night away. I just wanna party in the birthday place.
I'll dispose the mismatch, the unclose, up close and personal, nobody knows. This girl is absolutely no approach. I get your mind blown, shotgun my microphone. Systematic, automatic, mathematics, syllables incredible and fantastic. My music celebrated, full blasted, making classics, checkmate my tactics.
Supersonic on it and I won't stop it. Going down just like gin and tonic with a rocket. Eyes out your head like they're coming off the socket. I win the game like the 8-ball in the pocket. With a fist full of lyrics like a punch in the nose. Hit the sucker like a firecracker, light and explode. Sing, I just wanna take it nice and slow. I just wanna party a whole night away. I just wanna party in the perfect place. I just wanna party the whole night away. I just wanna party in the The temperature is rising, time to take off some clothes. Stop to take a selfie and I strike up a pose. Put it on my page so you can follow my pose. Check me where I'm at, Northwest Coast. Imagination perfect like immaculate glow. Way too hot to touch like I just came off the stove. Can't tell you all the raps I wrote, I don't even know. Not like it even matters, I just go with the flow. Yo, this is who I'm meant to be, I'm me and my skin. Freedom pushed me farther than I've ever even been. Pushing past the doubt I have, I'm going all in. Betting all the cards, I have determination, grin. Can't tell you what this feeling is, it's weird that you ask. I'm sitting here with thoughts I have, I can't even grasp. I'm getting to the meat of it, I trimmed all the fat. I'm getting to the heat of it, put me on the map. Yeah, I just wanna party the whole night away. I just wanna party in the perfect place. I just wanna party the whole night away. I just wanna party in the perfect place. My love and all of my passion, my music, all of my magic. Fantastic, super ill and classic, super ill and classic, super ill and classic. My love and all of my passion, my music, all of my magic. Fantastic, super ill and classic, super ill and classic, super ill and classic. That's my set, everybody.
I really want to thank you. You're an amazing audience. Lovely, beautiful people. The host is going to come back up here, close everything out, and I'm sure I'll see you around Vancouver at another place and another time. Let's link up, everybody. Thank you again.
Give a round applause for Alia. This is real loud. Bangers. I told you, just bangers. So I thought you had at least another song. So, okay, that's too bright. I had laser eye surgery the other month. Listen, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I ran. I don't run for nothing, not even buses. You think that's a joke? I don't run. I don't. Life can catch up to me at my speed. You know what I mean? Like glacial pace. So I'm Jay Simpson. I was your host for Resilient Roots. But guess what? The festivities aren't over yet. We have one final event, and that too is a banger. Oh my God. No amount of mindful breathing exercises can help you catch your breath, I think. You just have to let it happen. But tomorrow we have the return of the Thunder Beans at Creekside Park. That starts at 6 p.m. Also, full lineup of bangers. It's going to be so good. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a party. And also, there's going to be a lot of education and unlearning at that event. So I think that's very important for us to unlearn the public locations across this unceded territories that some of us occupy and some of us are displaced here. But Creekside Park is in a pretty central location of several different things that have happened in the city's history. So I invite folks to come do some unlearning collectively together. But thank you so much. I appreciate everyone's presence here and have a lovely evening. And if you're comfortable undoing some of your chairs, I personally would greatly appreciate that. And we have our donation QR code behind there. And make sure to say hi to anyone. Good night.